Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a chit chat, Q&A, get to know me, kind of get ready with me basically. I have a few jobs to do today, so I said I would get ready and film the Q&A at the same time. To everyone who has subscribed already, thank you so much. I'm so grateful. And yeah, let's get into the video. Good morning. Today is a wonderful day. Can you see my candles? Because I'm not a YouTuber if you can't see my candles. It's reusable, it's metal, don't come for me. I wanna rock with you all night, dance with you baby, alright. Today we are doing a get ready with me Q&A. I'm currently putting on the bougiest thing I probably own, and that is the Laneige sleeping mask with the feckin' little tiny cute fancy applicator that it comes with. I asked my Qs over on my Instagram at Rebecca Short. I like asking or putting up questions there because it's anonymous and you know people are shy. If you want to be part of the next Q&A, then go follow me on Instagram so then you won't miss out on any Q&As. Okay, I'm rambling. So I'm gonna get ready and we're gonna answer some questions. So I'm gonna prep my skin. I've already cleansed it, etc. It's morning time, if you can't tell by my swollen face. So I'm putting on the Charlotte Tilbury Magic Cream because apparently I live, breathe and die for Charlotte Tilbury now. So, oh my god, my face gets so red when I touch it. It's like all the blood being like, ah! And then it looks like I'm sunburned because under my eyes stays white. Alright, you don't care. So we're gonna get right into the questions. I'm gonna get ready as I'm going. So the first question is, what was my first reaction when I saw myself in Shane's video? I wasn't actually expecting it at all. I assumed that like when Shane features you in a video or whatever, he'd like message you or something, or you'd know beforehand. And also I had obviously tweeted it to him and Jeffrey a million times on Twitter, not a million but a few, and I didn't get any replies or anything from it, so I assumed that he didn't see it because, oh my god, I forgot to put on primer. Okay, that's what we're doing today. Yeah, so I assumed that it just got lost. Like obviously he's millions and millions of people following and tweeting him, so I literally just thought like my video got lost and that he didn't see it. And I was like, do you know what, that's okay, because a lot of other people had seen it and that kind of, I enjoyed that. But when I say I was lost for words, like I don't get lost for words. I'm not a lost for words kind of gal. Just to tell the story again, just in case you're new. So I was lying in bed. It was a Friday night, it was 2 AM because I'm in Ireland, and I was lying in bed and I knew he was putting out the series finale and I was just excited to see that, to be honest. So I was lying in bed like, and it still wasn't up, and he was like tweeting being like, oh it's uploading, oh it's processing, oh god I got a delivery, wait. Excuse me, I just ran up and down 3 flights of stairs, but the package was for me. So I'll open that now in a second once I can breathe again. 2 AM, I was half waiting for the video, half being like, Rebecca, you should go to sleep. You have back-to-back clients all day tomorrow. And then, do you know, before you go to sleep and you do that like last minute refresh of your social medias. So I did a last minute refresh of YouTube, and of course what pops up right in front of my eyes? The Shane Dawson video. So I click into the video and I'm like still deciding, will I watch it, won't I watch it, like still fighting with myself internally. And I was scrolling through the description box, which I don't usually do, like that's not a usual first thing for me to do when I go to watch a YouTube video, but on this day I did. And whose name did I see? Lo and behold, shining amongst them all, Rebecca Short. So then I'll insert a clip of what I posted on my Instagram stories, because that was basically my first as soon as I could like scramble and find my phone, that was like my first kind of reaction, I guess. Shane Dawson featured my... I can't talk. So yeah, that was kind of the mood. And I am so, so grateful to Shane for adding at least 7 clips of me into that video. It's absolutely insane. At the end of the day, he's still an absolutely massive YouTuber with a massive platform, and for him to think my video is good enough to feature multiple times in his series finale, and to give me... No, not Siri.
I'm sorry, I don't have that information.
Not Siri, series. It's different. Honestly, Siri just thinks everything's about her. She's trying to make it all about her. What is your best motivators for going to the gym? Struggling at the moment. Okay, so I just posted yesterday like a little mini transformation photo, I guess. I'll put it in here. I realised that one of my priorities was feeling good and feeling, you know, the feeling you get after exercise. I prioritise that. Like, I really enjoy the feeling of working out. I really enjoy the feeling of getting stronger, and I don't want to be at an unhealthy weight, and I don't want to feel unhealthy in myself. I don't want to feel sluggish. I don't want to feel like, you know, I looked at my priorities and I was like, right, what do I want? I want to lose weight, I want to tone up, I want to feel stronger, etc, etc. And then I was like, okay. And then I prioritized it, and it's literally like, no, I don't wake up every day being like, whoa, let's go to the gym, let's lift some weights, let's sweat. Like, no. But I remember that I've made that a priority for myself, so that is kind of my motivation, I guess. Like, I don't wake up every day running to the gym being like, this is the best place ever, I'm really in the mood to work out. Like, no one does. But I think it's about like when you know your priorities and when you know what you value for yourself and like what you want for yourself, that you make yourself a priority. That's like self-love. So yeah, make yourself a priority and you will struggle less with motivation. Also, like, new gym gear really helps. If you hadn't chosen makeup as your career, what would you have done? By the way, love you, XX. What would I have done? Well, see, I kind of fell into makeup, and by fell in, I mean I tried the whole college thing. I actually tried it twice, because when I was finishing secondary school, which if you're not from Ireland is like high school, when I was finishing that, there was a big focus in Ireland, and probably still is a bit of a big focus on college. So like going to college, the whole college scene, like just do a broad course if you don't know what you want to do. Like, college is a piece of paper, no one can ever take that piece of paper away from you. Like, just do it even if you don't want to do it, and just kind of live the college lifestyle and XYZ. But I'm a stubborn bitch, and if I don't like something, or if I don't find something's a good fit for me, or if I think something's a waste of time, I won't do it. So I had chosen 18-year-old me. I remember when I got my results of my Leaving Cert, which in Ireland is like your final exams before you go to college. They kind of decide what college you can go to. So I got my points, I got my course. I had chosen European Studies, which would probably interest me way more now than it did when I was 18. I had chosen that, but when I remember on the day of my results, do you know when you get the gut feeling? And I was like, maybe I should take a year out. Like, I don't really know, is this my vibe? Is this what I want to do? And I remember saying it, and people were like, no, just go, like, this is just nerves, or blah blah blah, whatever. So off I went, packed my bags up to Limerick, lasted about 2 months there, and was home before the October midterm. I hated it. I hated every second of it. I wasn't interested in it. I was like, why would I do something I'm not interested in? Why would I waste... I was lucky enough that my parents were like paying for college for me, and I was like, why would I waste my parents' money being in college for something that I don't even like, or don't even like have a minuscule of an interest in. Like, I was like, I don't understand why I would do that. That's not me. That's not my vibe. I don't want to be here. Also, I'm a Taurus. I'm very stubborn. So when I make a decision, like, that is it. Like, I don't care who you are. Beyonce probably couldn't even change my mind. Once my mind is made up, that's it. Like, good luck. If I ever meet someone who can change my mind after me making it up, I'd probably marry them. Just because, like, I'm impressed, you know. So did European studies, came out, and then on my year out I work full time, and that's where I discovered YouTube, and that's where I discovered like makeup people on YouTube. And through watching makeup people, I think Jaclyn Hill was the first person I ever followed, her and Carly Bible. Through following them, I grew a love for makeup myself. So I self-taught myself initially. Then I thought I was going back to college to do computer science, mobile app development and web design, which if I did that, I'd probably be making a pretty penny right now. But of course, that was not for me either. Like, if any props to anyone who can learn Java, like, it's literally programming. Computer programming was my most hated module. I actually kind of enjoyed the mobile app development side of it and the web design. Love the web design. But yeah, so I did stay in that for a year, so I did do a bit more. So if I wasn't doing makeup, I think I'd be doing like event management, because I've organized multiple events and workshops and masterclasses and stuff, and I really enjoy it. So I think like event management, PR, something along those lines. It would definitely be something creative. How did you gain the confidence to start a YouTube channel being from Kerry? I always wanted to but too afraid and don't really know what my niche would be because I'm shy to makeup. Okay, so I'm from Kerry. Kerry is a county in Ireland. Ireland, number one, is very small, like it's an island. And then Kerry is like the southwest of Ireland. So it's like, Kerry is quite big, but where I'm from, Tralee, is like well, it's a big town, but it's like, in comparison to the rest of the world, it's relatively small. And I think Kerry, and more so, like, because Kerry isn't a city, and Ireland anyway in general, sometimes can have like a mentality where like doing anything outside the norm is weird, or doing anything different is like, what's she doing, or who does she think she is, or like that kind of vibe. I get what she's asking me. I honestly put off starting a YouTube channel for so many years. Like, I wanted to start one back when that year out that I took from college, like, and I always put off, and I always said, oh, I don't have a camera, oh, I don't have the lighting, oh, I don't have the setup, oh, I don't have this, oh, I don't have that. Where in reality, like, I could have got a camera, and I could have got the lighting, and I could have, you know, like, obviously a camera is a bit of an investment, but you can literally film on your iPhone. Like, it's, you know, if you really want to do something, you'll make it happen. So I did put it off for years, and I think a lot of it was out of fear, I guess, or like not wanting to step outside the norm, or not knowing what people will think or anything like that. But I think when you really want to do something, you have to put it in perspective, and you have to say, okay, I'm 95, I'm in my hospital bed, and I look back at 25-year-old me, or 20-year-old me, or 20 whatever year old me, who wanted to do something to make her happy, and she didn't do it because she was afraid what other people would think. Like, I can imagine my 95-year-old self being like, girl, get your shit together, like, do whatever you want, please yourself. You know, at the end of the day, who else is going to be with you in that bed when you're 95? You. So I think that's my whole mindset about it. And I think once you get a healthy mindset, like that, you realize that the people who are gonna take the piss out of you, if they do, or the people who are gonna talk about you, or the people who are gonna be like, oh my god, she started a YouTube channel, like, who does she think she is? They're not people that are worth your time, I guess. Can you honestly say that you're gonna stop yourself from doing something because of like what other people would think? I think it's not even about confidence. Like, yeah, I'm quite confident, but I think it's more about mindset. And And when you kind of do it, there's a really good book. It's called Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. It's right in front of me. It's by Susan Jeffers. It's such a good book for like literally just doing what you're afraid of. Try and work on your mindset and try and think, like write out a list, like write out, okay, why don't I want to do this? What am I afraid of? Like what are the negatives, like, and what are the positives? And like then you will realize that like the reason it's not a good enough reason, like, oh, I'm from Kerry and I'm terrified what other people will think, or oh, I'm from a small town and everyone's going to talk shit about me. Like, I don't get the whole who does she think she is thing, because everyone's born the same. Like everyone is born a human, and then just depending on your circumstances and where you grew up, you can grow into who you want to be. So I don't think who does she think she is like a valid argument, but anyway, that's just me. I'm using the Wet n Wild highlighter now. I just kind of want to show you what it looks like. Oh, I missed you. It doesn't pick up my texture at all, and that's why I love it. And also, like, it's very cheap, so like bargain. But yeah, I hope that answers your question. If you're worried about what your friends will think, get new friends. Like, my friends are so supportive. They couldn't be more supportive. Like, I've never had any one of them had a weird comment about like my YouTube channel or anything that I've done online. That would be my answer, and I hope you find the confidence and the self-love within yourself to like realize that what you want to do matters, not what other people will think of you. Someone said, what are your drugstore must-haves? So obviously drugstore is cheaper makeup from a pharmacy. Definitely products from Wet n Wild. I think their foundation's really good. It's like €6. And this highlighter is really good. The No Cosmetics Sculpt Mascara is definitely a must-have for me. The Milani Luminoso blush, one of my like #1 drugstore must-haves. I'm just looking at my makeup here to see kind of what else I have. Admittedly, I don't have too much drugstore makeup. I guess Morphe is a drugstore brand, even though you can't get it in the drugstore, but it's one of those affordable brands. So I think the Morphe palettes are great. I'm currently using the 39L, the 39 Lights palette. I'm just doing a soft glam today. Yeah, so Morphe, I'll just go through brands. So Morphe, Note, bear in mind as well, I'm totally cruelty free, so any of the regular drugstore brands that come to mind might not be cruelty free, and that's why I'm not mentioning them. Wet n Wild, Note, Morphe, Milani. I think that's it. Wet n Wild's a big one. Wet n Wild's like probably my favourite drugstore cheaper brand. Morphe eyeshadows are just fantastic. Like, look, this is one shade, and like look at the like depth it's giving my eyes. I don't want to do too much with my eyes today, to be honest. I just want to do a soft glam. But yeah, they would be my drugstore recommended. What items have you used up and rebought? Oh, I love this question. So the first thing is literally the thing right beside me. So it's the Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I got one of these at the Makeup by Mario London Masterclass. I used that totally up. Rebought this one myself. Kind of halfway through this. It lasts so long. And then I have a fresh one that actually got sent to me by Tilbury. So it's like I came full circle. The Laura Mercier Translucent Powder. Bought that multiple times and used that up. The Wet n Wild Precious Petals Mega Glow Highlighter. I've bought this a few times, used this up. The Milani Luminoso Blush. I actually haven't used this up. I genuinely don't think it's possible. Like, I use it almost every time I do my makeup, and it just, I haven't even hit pan. But I would definitely rebuy this, like, before. Like, once I hit pan on this, I'll probably rebuy a new one. The Ulla Henriksen Banana Bright Primer. Used that up totally, rebought it. Literally just reordered it. It should be here maybe next week or tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. See, with a lot of foundations, I like to switch it up a lot just because the nature of my job. And also a lot of things I had bought and used up before weren't cruelty free, so then I had to get rid of them from my kit. The Fenty gloss, bought that, used it up totally, rebought it. The Too Faced lip injection gloss, bought that, used it up totally, rebought it. The Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, I've gone through so many of these. This is actually a double size, so it's, the regular one is like 100 and something mil and this one's 200 and something. But you know, this is made by Scandinavia. I never knew that because I always wanted to try the Scandinavia setting sprays, and then I saw this one was by Scandinavia. I was like, that makes sense. But this is the double one, and it's, so say a normal one I think is like €35, and then the double one is like 45, so it's only a tenner extra. So I got this in Debenhams, but I got the double size. The Morphe setting spray I've totally used and rebought. Eyeshadow wise, I've never totally used up a palette and rebought it, I'm not gonna lie. I have the Jaclyn Hill one. It's probably one of my most used. There's not many products that I've totally, like, that I have totally used up and like rebought, but they are that. Oh, this, the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer in the shade Bronzed, my favorite bronzer. Do I look bronzed? But yeah, totally used up this, rebought it. I think a lot of the time with me it's powders that I tend to use up totally and rebuy. Do you miss Australia? I got this question. Yes and no. Australia was very far away, and it is very far away, and it really is the other side of the world. Also, the seasons there are very backwards, and I was more or less seasonally confused for the whole time I was there. Like, obviously it's on the southern hemisphere and I live on the northern hemisphere, so I got confused by like the fact that it was summer in October. Didn't make sense to me. Still doesn't make sense to me. Didn't like it. I'm an autumn winter gal, and I love autumn winter. So for me to be in a place where autumn winter isn't happening when Christmas is happening, it just really confused me. I didn't like it. But I do miss my job. So, well, one of my jobs. If you don't know now, you know I've had 30 plus jobs in my lifetime. I'm a bit of a job whore. I just won't stay in something if it's not for me. And a lot of the jobs I've had were just to get money, not to like build a career from it, if you get me. I didn't think I'd like this little ball on the top of it, but it's proving handy. But yeah, when I was in Australia, one of the jobs that I had was working in a hair salon called Valons. Valons is like the most, if you're in Sydney, or if you ever go to Sydney, go to Valons and get your hair done. It is an experience. The guys in there are like the most knowledgeable people. The owner and boss, Renya and Jim, are like salt of the earth. Salt of the earth? Salt of the earth. Nicest people I've ever met. Renya is absolutely mental, but like in the best way, and she's also a Taurus, so I got on quite well with her. Very well with her, actually, to be honest. I love Renya. They're the owners, like absolute salt of the earth, would do anything for anyone. Like once you work for them, you're basically like family. So I worked in Valons in Australia. I did so many things there. I started off in reception, and then I did like a few jobs in there. I did makeup in there on the models and stuff. Like they always have models coming in for like different jobs and stuff. It was just such a cool place to work. The vibe there was always so much fun, but the vibe in there was always so much fun. Like obviously working in a hair salon can be very stressful, and it is a very like it can be a very stressful environment at times, but like the best job I've ever had probably was working in Valons. So I do miss that. I really enjoyed working there, and it was never like work to me. I never was like, oh my god, I hate going into work, or like, you know, I really, like, everyone in there was so sound, so lovely, and I just had a ball working there. So if I was going back to Australia in the morning, I would 10 million% work there. Like, it doesn't matter what I'm doing, like my YouTube, my makeup, I would make it work. I would just work in vlogs. It was so much fun. But yeah, that's like the main thing I miss about Australia. And also, like, obviously it was fab. Like, obviously the weather was, it was amazing, but like also it like rained and like thunderstorms and like got cold and like I think people a lot of the time are like, oh, I'm just gonna move to Australia, like the weather's gonna be good all the time. And like, obviously the lifestyle is very different over there because everyone gets up so much earlier. Like, I never stayed in bed probably past 8 in the morning. And you know, they do have a very good lifestyle, but I think if you move anywhere in life just to run away from your problems or just to fix your life or just to run away from something, you have to be willing to like work on yourself as well, not just like be like, oh, I'm in Australia now, my life is going to be a million times better, you know? Because I get that question a lot. People are like, oh, I just might move to Australia, that'll fix my problems. I'm like, not if your problem is with yourself. But yeah, so yes, I miss Australia in some ways, of course, but I wasn't about to do farming to stay there, and I couldn't get sponsored. Like, honestly, Valons were trying to sponsor me, but due to visa stuff being not on the list, and it couldn't work. So I was like, adios, I'm not going farming, which is kind of annoying. Like, I'd love if you could just live anywhere in the world. I know obviously there's like logic behind it and stuff, but I feel like, you know, and it's such a money racket. Like, visas are so expensive. Like, even if I did get sponsored and like then went on to get like citizenship and all that kind of stuff that a lot of people who are in Australia or like all different parts of the world do, like, it's so expensive. I also got another question here. It's, what is your favorite place in the world that you've traveled to? And I saw this question and I have been thinking about it, so I narrowed it down to 3. So the first place is Pacific Beach in San Diego. It is honestly, to this day, one of my most favorite places that I've ever traveled / lived. I went there when I was in a J1 in college, as I've already mentioned, and oh my god, it was just so chill. I loved San Diego. That summer was honestly one of the best summers of my life, and I would live there in the morning. I'm trying out Charlotte Tilbury lashes today, by the way. These are the ones that I'm trying. So they are her natural Chic lash ones. I've never tried Charlotte Tilbury eyelashes. I got sent them, and to be honest, I thought they would cost a fortune, but I looked it up and they're only like €15, which, like, on the scale of expensive lashes, isn't very expensive. I'm also going to use the glue that it comes with because, like, I feel like the glue will be good. So yeah, San Diego is definitely one of my most favorite places. Other than that, PP in Thailand. I have such a special place in my heart for Thailand. Like, it was the first place I ever traveled to completely by myself. But PP is just, oh, it's so pretty and it's so stunning and it's so relaxed and it's just a vibe. And the Thai people are just salt of the earth. Barcelona. I was like, what's a European country? Barcelona. I went to Barcelona years and years ago when I was in school. We went on like a school trip, I guess. In 5th year, so I was about 17, 16. Such a cool city, such a cool city. I really enjoyed it. Barcelona, San Diego and PP in Thailand, just to narrow it down. So I have my hair in the heatless waves or the heartless waves. If you don't follow Tara Mars, like, why are you following me and not her? But she does this thing on her Instagram and it's called heatless waves or heartless waves, and it's basically when you don't use heat to style your hair. But she like did a tutorial on how she does hers, and to be honest, I love how it's came out in my hair. Like, I have very frizzy hair and obviously it's quite short, so there's not a lot of weight in it pulling it down, so it can get frizzier a lot easier. But the heatless waves, heartless waves kind of trend has really worked on my hair, I would say. I really like these eyelashes. They look kind of like eyelash extensions, like they're very natural but like there at the same time. Yeah, so that's it for the Q&A. To everyone who sent in questions, thanking you. This wouldn't be possible without you, literally. Like, if you didn't ask questions, I wouldn't have anything to answer. But yeah, if you want to be part of my next Q&A, or if you have any questions, you can, if you don't have Instagram or anything, you can comment a question down below, that's fine. Otherwise, you can follow me on Instagram at Rebecca Short. So I'm just gonna set my face now with setting spray and we are good to go. Also, yes, I drowned myself, don't judge me. And I fan myself dry with like the nearest thing I can find. Oh, this is working really well. I always fan myself dry because I saw Nikki tutorials talk about it one time, and ever since that I've been like, I can't use setting spray and not fan myself, you know, because Queen Nikki says you need to fan yourself, so you fan yourself, okay? You don't question it, you just fan yourself. Oh my god, my battery's on red. Okay, thank you so much for watching today's Get Ready for With Me Q&A. I'll list everything that I used down in the description box just because I didn't chat about it while I was getting ready. But thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed me, if you enjoyed my vibe, if you just want to be familiar and part of the family, subscribe down below, like the video, leave a comment. What was your favorite product that I used today? What do you think of the makeup look? And yeah, I will see you in the next video. I upload vlogs every Sunday and other videos when I feel like it, so I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.